Hello, my name is Tim van der Vliet. I'm a breathwork instructor and a breathwork specialist, and you're about to see the webinar about the ultimate morning routine. It's recorded on Zoom, so the quality is not that great, but it's absolutely amazing. If you're gonna practice this for the rest of your life and it takes no time, there will be massive change in your life. All right, well, have fun, enjoy the webinar. It takes about half an hour, and see you afterwards. Good luck, bye-bye, enjoy, see you later. Hello, welcome. My name is Tim van der Vliet. It's now 7:02, and this webinar is going to last 45 minutes, and then I will have some time for Q&A afterwards. So we'll stop recording in 45 minutes about. Today we're going to talk about the ultimate morning routine. Now, I have a pretty intense lifestyle, and for some reason I don't burn out. And I think the reason is that I practice this ultimate morning routine. And so I travel the world, putting people in ice bath and teaching breathing exercises, both one-on-one, online, big groups, small groups, like anything. I teach like between 10 and 20 times per week. So I'm pretty active, and especially that traveling is pretty unhealthy. Now, a lot of people try to do what I do and they burn out. And these are people that are pretty, like they do a lot. They're like the average biohacker, you could say. And the secret is actually to have a morning routine that consists of both exercise, breathing, and cold training, and to make it so simple and so short that there's no reason not to do it. Yeah, and then if you have time, you can always do more, but you don't have to. And I call this a dentist model. So that's a very simple principle. Why do we have clean teeth? Is this because we go to the dentist every year, once a year, maybe twice a year? Or is it because we brush our teeth twice a minute, or one time a minute, or maybe 5 times a minute in a day? Now, the 80% of our clean teeth is because we brush our teeth every day for a minute. And that, I call that the power of baby steps. Yeah, it's very simple. If this is your 100%, say you haven't worked out for a while, and you're gaining weight, and you think like, okay, it's time to go to the PT again, or to CrossFit or whatever. You work out, you get beaten up, and for 3 days you're sick on the couch, and then it's very hard to go back to the personal trainer or to the CrossFit center. This is I work a lot together with CrossFit people, and I honestly love people that work out intensely. I do that too sometimes, but I don't have to. And the secret to staying healthy, to staying energetic, is this morning routine of every day exercise, 2 minutes. We're going to practice it later, of course. Every day before breakfast, 5 minutes of breathing. And every day, whenever you shower, you end your shower cold. Yeah, so if this is your 100%, and you barge through that 100%, say you go to CrossFit after 3 years not seeing a gym, that is like a little bit too much for your body. If you train up to 50 or to 70%, and the funny thing is, I learned this from my good friend G, Mr. G Energy G, who is a personal trainer here in Amsterdam, and he taught me how to become a personal trainer. And I met him today since a year or something, so it's kind of a coincidence, but this wisdom is from G Andries. If you're looking for a personal trainer in Amsterdam, go to G Andries, because he's the best. So if this is your 100% and you train up to 50, say max 70%, you're stretching up your 100%. And within no time, and this goes really, really fast, if you're going to practice what you learned today, and of course, at the end, I have an offer to make for my online program, like that's in it for me. But if you just listen to this webinar and you take away what we're doing today, this may be a profound change in your life. All right. So If you train to 50%, you stretch up that 100%, and within a month's time, your 100% is at 200%, and your 100% now is then a month from now is only 50%. So even if you slept like 1 or 2 hours because your baby is sick or whatever reason, you know, stress, then still, you know, your energy level is so much higher because it's like you grow every day a little bit. And that cumulative effect is just mind-blowing. Now, I would like to start with getting in the head first. You know, I'm a person that is very intuitive, but I'm very rational at the same time. So I want to start with that. So I'm going to share my sheets. I'm just going to show you, first of all, why humans are so special. So you're seeing this sheet, right, about the nervous system. Now, if you look at our nervous system, I'm going to quickly skim through it. So I'm not going to, you know, like afterwards, I have time for Q&A, but I'm going to quickly skim through this because I don't want to stay too long in the head, but I want to start here because if you understand how special we are as people, you know that you're able to do so much more than you think you can. Now, the nervous system consists of the central nervous system, the brain, and the spinal cord. And then from the brain and the spinal cord, all these nerves go to, say, the tops of my fingers, every organ, say, simply said, every cell of our body. And this is called, it's on your right side, it's called the peripheral nervous system. If you look at the peripheral nervous system, somatic means movement. Yeah, so if I miss my mother, I'm reaching out to my phone to give her a call. By the way, my mother is now in the hospital since yesterday. I'm not in the best mood, honestly, but this morning routine actually helps me to stay focused and to stay fit and also mentally fit. Somatic means movement. It's like the conscious nervous system, you could say. Yeah, so when you think of something like, oh, I'm a bit thirsty and I reach out, I move to get my glass of water, you know, it's very simple. This is like the conscious nervous system. And then on the right, you see the autonomic nervous system. And the autonomic nervous system is everything that happens unconsciously, like what happens in your body, you could say. Your digestive system, your heartbeat, your temperature control, your inflammation response, your hormonal balance is autonomic. You know, all of these things are autonomic. And the funny thing is that if you think about, let's say, breathing. Oh, let me take one step back. Average doctor will tell you if you want to influence the autonomic nervous system, you have to take pharmaceutical drugs. Yeah, if you have had a heart attack, you need blood thinners for the rest of your life, for example. Now, let me get this straight. I'm very much not against the pharmaceutical system. You know, like my son is allergic, and without antihistamine, he would probably not be alive. So I'm not gonna, you know, like bitch about how bad that system is. That's not my game. But the average doctor will tell you want to influence the autonomic nervous system, then you have to take pharmaceutical drugs. Of course, as a guy from Amsterdam, I should add, you know, like not only pharmaceutical drugs, it works with street drugs as well. But that's a bad joke. So when we look at, for example, exercise, if we run in place for 5 minutes, our heartbeat goes up. And we know that through exercise, it's creating endorphins. Yeah, you feel better afterwards. So that is something we do somatically that has an influence on the autonomic nervous system. Now, the same goes for breath work and for cold training. Now, if you look at the breath, because this is pretty interesting, I think. The breath is fully autonomic, right? You don't have to think about breathing. When you sleep, you don't die. Yet, having said that, we can consciously change our breathing. And we can do that in roughly said in 3 ways. One is slow down your breathing. The big secret behind meditation. If you slow down your breathing extremely, heartbeat goes down, blood vessels widen, blood pressure goes down, you calm down. So you go to your parasympathetic. The autonomic nervous system is the parasympathetic and the sympathetic, and the sympathetic is fight or flight, and the parasympathetic is rest and digest. And so if you slow down your breathing, you become more parasympathetic. Then we can speed up our breathing. So breathe like, for example. Like you took a sprint to the train without taking the sprint to the train. And the third one is that we can hold our breath. And through these really simple tools, we have a direct effect on the autonomic nervous system. Yeah, so through breathing, we can have an influence on the autonomic nervous system as well. And then through cold training, we have an influence on the autonomic nervous system as well. So this is all about changing, I don't want to sound fluffy or woo, but changing your inner world, like being okay in the core of your body. And how do you do that? By the holy trinity of a morning routine, which is exercise, breathing, and cold training. Now, let me quickly skim through the benefits of light daily exercise. Please make a picture if you want to remember this. Light daily exercise gives you more energy, a blood flow, and I mean the morning routine, you would do that before you have breakfast, okay? Light exercise is activating the lymphatic system. Our blood dumps 70% of our toxins in the lymphatic system, and we pee this out, basically. But the lymphatic system doesn't have a heart to pump the lymphatic fluids around. So how do you influence that? By light exercise. The spine, the exercise that we're going to perform, it's called the arm twist, is straightening your spine. And I know we have a natural curve in our spine, so I don't mean that you straighten your spine completely. You make your spine healthier. It's a way to send blood to your spine. And that's, of course, your spine is your deepest core. If you do this before breakfast, like your body realizes that we're made to move, like there's a memory in our body, and we are sitting behind computers so often that we our body forgets about that, It opens up the respiratory muscles. So my preference is always first a little bit of exercise and then some breathing. Weight loss, of course, kicking in an open door and toned body. I'm gonna, if you want to make a picture, do it now, because I'm gonna go to the next sheet in 1, 2, 3, boom. Now, what are the benefits of breathing exercises? More oxygen in the muscles. It's a way to alkalize your body. You get inflammation down, and this is a big thing. Both breathing and cold training is getting inflammation down. And inflammation, chronic inflammation, temporal is okay. If you go to CrossFit and you have worked out, like a little bit of muscle pain, is also inflammation, but it's temporarily. That's a healthy thing. But chronic inflammation is seen by many doctors now as the cause of a lot of ugly illnesses. Through breathing exercises, you can get more red blood cells. You train your cardiovascular system. You release the hormone dopamine, also known as the rewarding dopamine. And if you have a lack of it, it's connected to Alzheimer's and memory loss, like what's the other one? Alzheimer's and Parkinson, actually. That's because of a lack of dopamine. So you want to have your dopamine levels up high enough, optimal. Serotonin, if you do belly breathing, 90% of our serotonin is made in our gut. With every breath to the belly, more blood is flowing there, and you will have a healthier gut. And then the most important thing for me is, and we will test this as well, is that you will have a calm breath in daily life, because the more you can slow down your breathing in everyday life, the better your life will be, because you go through life calm, even though stress is happening in your life. All right, I'm going to go to the next sheet. So if you want to take a picture, please do that now. 1, 2, 3. The benefits of cold training. Cold training is increasing your metabolism. So if you want to drop weight, but you don't want to, go to the gym every day, it's time to end your shower cold. It's also a cardiovascular training. Both exercise, breathing, and cold training is a cardiovascular training. Cardiovascular illnesses is the #1 cause of death. So if you can train your cardiovascular system, so the system of your heart and your blood vessels every day a little bit, can you imagine what kind of long-term effect that has on your body? It's amazing. Then through cold training, you release endorphins and dopamine. You make more white blood cells. You know, we're out of the fear of COVID, but white blood cells protect you from bacteria and viruses. So if you enter shower cold, very likely you will be less ill. And inflammation goes down, as I just said, less inflammatory proteins, and you learn to cope with stress. So I'm gonna stop sharing in 3 seconds. So if you want to make a picture of this, please go ahead. 1, 2, 3. Somebody is not muted. I will take care of that. Mute all. All right, so I want to get into the mind first, so you understand why exercise is important, why breathing exercises are important, and why cold training is important. Now, I would like to start practicing the ultimate morning routine. And just before we start with that, I will explain a little bit what we're going to do. This is how I start with everybody. Somebody that is super overweight can do this exercise because it's pretty light, but very energetic. So it gives you a lot of energy. But a top sporter starts the same way, because often, you know, we miss blood in the spine, and this is, or near the spine, to keep or to get a healthy spine. No problem. The arm twist is the exercise you can use every morning, 2 minutes. If, however, you've had like a really bad night and you slept really little, you can do it for 5 minutes. And if you become nauseous while we do this, it's time to stop. All right, so we don't have to push ourselves. This is all about light training, basically. And then after that, we're going to do 5 rounds of simplified tummo breathing. This is my own breathing technique, and it's very simple. You take 5 deep breaths to the belly. Breath number 5, extra deep in and everything out. And then we breathe in and we hold for 10 seconds, only 10. And then we breathe out long and slow. 1 round takes 1 minute, 5 rounds take 5 minutes. So it's really, we don't have to work very hard to get results. And then the third part that we're not going to do live, I hope you don't mind, is that whenever you take a shower, you end it cold for 30 seconds minimally. All right? And if you find that a challenge, I will share a breathing technique that you can use to cope with that, to make that cold shower easy. Now, for now, I want to ask you to remove your shoes and socks from your feet and come to standing. Just gonna, so you're not seeing my hat, but I'm pretty sure that is okay for you. I'm gonna put my mic here. Right, so first of all, you want to stand on the ground. So whatever is lying there, you know, like some rock here, I'm going to remove, and I stand firmly on the ground. Then you want to make sure that your feet are completely straight. And I mean like this, and not a little bit out, but really straight. And it feels like your heels are tilted outwards. Then put your feet hip width. Hip width is 2 fists in between for men and 2.5 for women. So measure that, please. So your feet are now perfectly straight on the ground. Then you lock your knees and you unlock them. So you have like a minimal micro bend in your knees. And then the next thing is maybe you want to move your shoulders a little bit. Keep your shoulders low. This is it. I call this proper standing, and this is an exercise on itself. If you're waiting in the supermarket, for example, you can stand properly. And if we would stand like this for 15 minutes, we're not going to do that now, but for 15 minutes, you will have muscle pain. So although it's very simple, it doesn't mean that nothing is happening. Anyway, the starting position is standing properly. Let me repeat it. Feet completely straight. Hip width, 2 fists for men, 2.5 for women. Micro bend in your knees, shoulders are low. And now this is the exercise that we're going to do. We're going to twist. So you relax your arms completely and make sure you keep your eyes open and you finish your twist. So every time you look backwards, if I would stand behind you, you would look me straight in the eye. So you keep your eyes open. This is a focused exercise and not an exercise where we zone out by closing our eyes. So you keep your eyes open. Why do we do this? Because if you keep your eyes open, you keep your head straight on the shoulders. If you would close them, you would probably put your head forward. So you want to stay perfectly straight, relax the arms, twist, and finish every twist by looking backwards. So this is about 1 minute. Let's do another minute. There's no real breathing technique here, but if you do this 5 minutes and it gets boring, maybe you want to slow down your breathing. And if you feel this is a bit like not enough, you can intensify your twist by you keep your arms relaxed at all times, but twist more intensely while every time you finish your twist, you look backwards. Keep your eyes open, please. Okay, let's do 10 more, and then that's about 2 minutes, I think. Last 5, slow it down. Come to standing still. Kick out your legs, please. Now have a moment of feeling your body. I don't mean feeling emotions. I mean feeling your body. Like I feel my hands. I feel my shoulders. I feel chill over the crown of my head. But that's me. You don't have to feel the same as I do. So take one more deep breath and breathe out everything. Now please come to seated. Maybe you can even feel more blood flowing towards your spine. If we want to be healthy, we should start with our spine. This is a technique that I know for 15 years and I do it anywhere. As I said, I'm a bit of a weirdo. So before we do 5 rounds of tummo breathing, I would like you to slow down your breathing because this is the secret of stress relief. You get that free with this ultimate morning routine webinar, The Secret of Stress Relief. So please slow down your breathing as much as you can. So make it a game to breathe in whatever nose or mouth in. I'm going to breathe mouth in, although Zoom is canceling out my breath, but like really slow in and then even slower out, like you breathe out through a straw. Keep on slowing down your breathing. I'm going to count to 3 and then time 1 minute. You count the number of times that you're breathing in 1 minute time. And then we do 5 rounds of simplified tummo breathing, 5 minutes of breathing. And then afterwards, we're going to measure it again. Because the secret to stress relief is to slow down your breathing. I just said that with the benefits of the breathing also. If you go through life with a slower breath, the quality of your life is just better for various reasons. In the Q&A, I can go a little bit deeper into this if you would like to. For now, slow down your breathing even more. Then I'm counting to 3. And time 1 minute. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in. as slow as you can. Make your breath out even longer than your breath in. Notice how this makes you feel. Maybe you feel some parts of your body better. In this minute, you're getting into a deep meditative state without the woo-woo and the fluffiness. It's just slowing down your breathing. Slow it down even more. This is 1 minute. Let's do 5 rounds of simplified tummo. Keep your shoulders low. If you can, breathe to the belly. Nose in, mouth out. Here we go. 5 deep breaths. Number 2. Number 3. Deep breath in. Breathe out. Number 5, extra deep in. Fully out. Take a deep breath in and hold. So we hold after breathing in for just 10 seconds, and I'm counting. So you do just hold your breath. A bit dizzy is normal, or tingling sensations. You cannot do this breathing if you're driving a car. So please do not join if you're in a car driving. Another 3, 2, 1. Breathe out long and slow. Now, Zoom is canceling out the noise of my breath, but if I put my chin up, I'm breathing in, and if I put my chin down, I'm breathing out. Here we go again, 5 deep breaths. Nice, deep, conscious breath. Nose in, mouth out. Breathe as much to the belly. Number 4. Extra deep. Fully out. In deep and hold. Hold it here. And breathe out long and slow. This is normal. Round number 3, 5 deep breaths. If you become really dizzy, please lie down. All right. Here we go. 5 deep breaths. Number 5, extra deep. And fully out. In deep and hold. And breathe out long and slow. Breathe everything out, out, out. Round number 4. Here we go again. 5 deep breaths. Not sure, but this is number 4. Number 5, extra deep in. And fully out. Empty your lungs completely, 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 completely. And take a deep breath in and hold for 10 seconds. And hold it here. And breathe out long and slow. Last round. 5 deep breath. Nose in, mouth out. As much of the belly as you can. Breath number 5, extra deep in and fully out. Everything out. Empty your lungs completely. Deep breath in and hold. Hold it here. Keep your shoulders low, jaws relaxed. If you want, you can roll your tongue up against the palate. Another 5 seconds. And breathe out long and slow and everything out. Now again, take a moment to feel your body. Where do you feel it? Can be anywhere, and it doesn't per se have to mean anything. And again, start slowing down your breathing. I will time 1 minute. Soon I will count to 3. Again, time 1 minute. If you can count the number of times you're breathing, you can measure before and after, so you don't have to believe what I say. You test it for yourself. Slow down your breathing even more. Then I'm going to count to 3 and time 1 minute. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Timing. Slow it down to the max. Notice how this makes you feel. Make your breath out long and slow, slower than your breath in. And 3, 2, 1. This is 1 minute. If you want, please let me know in the chat how many breaths you took before the 5 minutes breathing and how many breaths you took after the 5 minutes breathing in 1 minute time. From 2 to 1, Mark. Nice. Hey, Mark. Good to see you. Yeah. From 1 to 1. Well, you know, like not 1 to a half, maybe 5 to 3. Nice. Okay. 2. Okay. Healthy people here. Really slow breathing. 3 to 1. Nice. 2 to 1. Great. 2 to 1. Wow. You know, like sometimes people are breathing 23 times, but like I have a pretty healthy crowd here. I like that. Yes. Yeah, nice, Pedro. Yeah, the end of the minute surprised me. Yeah, like time flies when you're having fun. So we did the exercise, sending blood to your spine. We did some breathing. You hopefully shown yourself that you're able to breathe even slower, because 2 breaths in a minute is just ridiculously slow. But then even bring it to 1 or 4 to 2, Ian. Yes, very nice. So we did exercise, we did breathing, now cold training. Ending your shower cold, light cold training, it's the same idea. This is your 100%, you train 50, 70%. The minimum you do is 30 seconds ending your shower cold. So you shower nice and hot. And if you feel resistance, you put it even hotter. And then at a certain moment, you just turn the tap to cold while you get out. You wait until it's really cold, and then you practice 4 to 8 breathing. This is a video I will share with you in an email afterwards too. So you will get a video from this technique. 4 to 8 is very simply said. You take a deep breath in, 4 counts, hold, count to 2, 1, 2, and then breathe out. So if you just got out of the shower and it's like completely cold and it's winter in the Netherlands or in the UK or in Norway, it's just swear word cold, you get like a stressful reaction. We calm down on the breath out. So if you take a deep breath in and while counting 1, 2, you get under the cold shower and it hits you, the moment it hits you, you start breathing out long and slow. Then you take a deep breath in, like 4 counts. Hold. 1, 2. And then while you're holding, you turn around. The moment that the water hits your back, another sensitive, moment, you are breathing out. And with 2 times breathing 4 to 8, you are already at 30 seconds. The first 30 seconds are the most difficult. Afterwards, maybe some days you feel like ending your shower for 10 minutes or 2 minutes. Yeah, the point is that 100%, 30 seconds is maybe if you don't shower cold first, this is intense, but within no time, within 2 weeks, you have no problem with it. And you can do 3 minutes, but you always do 30 seconds without fail, always. And every day, a little bit of exercise, a little bit of breathing, and a little bit of cold training keeps the doctor away. Patrick is saying something. Thank you, Tim. I will also help to keep us away from anxiety and depression. Yes, it is. It's, like you will never hear me say, oh, if you're depressed, just practice this technique, this morning routine, and you will be fine, because some people really need medicine. But it's very well prevents depression and anxiety. Anxiety has to do with the ability to slow down your breathing. If you get an anxiety attack, what is happening with your breath? You start to hyperventilate. This 4 to 8 breathing is actually triggering your brain back into normal. You breathe in, you hold, and in those 2 counts, holding your breath, your brain is like, guys, I have enough oxygen. I'm okay. And therefore, you're able to slow down your breath out. So if you're able to slow down your breathing, you will feel less anxiety. And I'm not sure if you can be without anxiety. I think we all have temporal moments of anxiety, which is maybe just healthy, but you can get rid of a lot. Depression, why do we get depressed? It could be for some whatever happened in the past, the trauma. But if you look at it biochemically, we need neurotransmitters. If there's not enough neurotransmitters in our head, and I'm talking about dopamine, breath work, cold training, serotonin, belly breathing, endorphins, exercise, and cold training. If you have enough of those hormones flowing around in your body, DMT, not to forget, a big, like 1 week in the group coaching is about DMT release. It's also a kind of happy hormone, you could say. if we have enough of that stuff flowing around, it's really hard to get depressed, I would want to say. Thank you. You're welcome. See you later. Bye-bye. Hello. So, what did you think of the webinar? Is this simple or what? And it works. I've have many people give me testimonials that, you know, for the first time in 20 years, the lower back pain is gone after 1 or 2 weeks of practicing this ultimate morning routine. Now, if you're triggered and you think like, hey, this is interesting, I would like to know more, I have a audio breathwork course, a 5-week course about how to use breathwork for stress relief. And it's very nice because you can listen to this while you're in the train or while you're whatever waiting for a coffee. So this course shouldn't cost you a lot of time. And having said that, I have a very special offer, which is it's normally priced at 157 euro. And now, because you took the time to watch my webinar, I offer it for only 17 euro. If you like that, then please click the link that is below this video. And, well, see you soon. Bye-bye.